Alright, hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Princess Connect Redive video. Now today I'm making a video on the much requested Very Hard boss guide for the brand new Rumble on Valentine's Day story event. And obviously I will be making a video going over the special boss. I know a lot of people have been asking about that. I'll have it coming up in a few days. I have not got to it yet, but when I get to it, there will be a video going out, so stay tuned for that one. If you're curious about the special boss, there will be a video in a few days from now. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the 3 teams that I recommend using for beating the Very Hard boss. Alright, so here are the 3 different teams used to beat the Very Hard boss on full auto. Now this boss actually is much easier this time around on Very Hard than it was last time around. Now obviously it's because we're getting more levels, and the higher our level goes, the more powerful our characters get, and the more damage you're able to deal out. Back when the Very Hard bosses first came out, they were very, very difficult, top tier, like super difficult, because I think the level cap at the time was 91 or something like that, and the Very Hard bosses I think are level 90 around there. And when you're pretty much close to the level cap of the boss, it's going to take you multiple runs, at least 3 or even sometimes 4 runs to complete the Very Hard boss. But nowadays we're able just to full auto it. So here are the 3 different teams that I have. I have the first one, which is the team that I use. This is the easiest team that gets it done with like 20 seconds left on the clock. Here's another team that I saw tested, and here's a final 3rd team that I have saw tested and ran as well. So the first team here is going to be a team here. Basically, this is going to be submitting your victory. This team right here is the win game button. If you have all these characters, you throw them on the team and you put it and you send it to the Very Hard boss, and you're going to basically win this bar none, no problem. Second party is going to be a little bit different. This is going to be for people that don't have New Year Yui. So if you're missing out on New Year Yui, you can run a team like this with the June, Kyuri, Makoto, Summer Tamaki, and then the Christina. Now, if you don't have Christina, or if you don't have New Year Yui, I have this 3rd party down here, which is going to be containing the Kyuri, June, Makoto comp, as well as Arisa, and the normal Yui, the one that you get as a 1-star character. So this is going to be the normal Yui. This, of course, is New Year Yui. 2 separate different characters for people that don't know that. So, obviously, as you can tell, June, Kyuri, and Makoto are going to be your 3 runner-up characters. These 3 characters pretty much have no reason to be replaced. Makoto is such a staple character. June is a staple tank for defensive shredding and helping out the physical team. And basically the 2 backline characters are going to be the replaceable ones here, which in my opinion I feel like is going to be the best move for you, because I know a lot of people don't have some of the pre-fest gala characters, which I do recommend going in on the pre-fest gala characters. I know there's a lot of new players to the game, and we will be getting Mimi very, very soon, so people that have just gotten the game from the collab event they've been doing with the VTuber stuff, that will be coming within the next week and a half or so for Mimi, which means we're going to be seeing Christina come back, which is going to be very, very lovely. So people that did end up missing out on Christina, she will once again be making her rerun here within a following week or so. Alright, so now that we got that all the way, let's go ahead and jump into the Very Hard boss itself in the brand new event. So here, of course, is the Very Hard boss at level 90, the Ugly Lovely. This is going to be a very, very strong physical damage dealer. His Union Burst is going to deal large physical damage to all enemies based on their maximum HP, and additional damage to enemies suffering from burn. Dealing moderate physical damage to 3 enemies in front and inflicts stun, so he'll be stunning your 3 front enemies. For enemies with HP at 50% or below, also inflicts burn, and then when his HP falls below 50%, its attacks will become even more intense, basically just an enrage mechanic that we're all used to. So as you can notice, most of this guy's ability is going to be strictly focused on physical damage. He also has the burn ability in here as well, which will be taking away at your health, as well as making you take more damage from his universe. So you do want to be very careful with that. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to be using the team that I personally recommended, the New Year Yui, Christina, June, Makoto, Kyuri comp. This comp, in my opinion, is the easiest comp to get it done. Most of the characters you see here are going to be maxed out at their current maximum, like their best star levels. Everyone's at 5 stars, obviously, except for New Year Yui, who you want to keep at a 3-star level. Everyone's going to be very high ranked. I think everyone here is above rank 12. Makoto is at rank 9.6, and then Christina's at rank 11.6. So here is his Union Burst. This Union Burst hits like an absolute train, which is why we're going to be bringing in New Year Yui, who's going to go ahead and pop that shield and heal us back up, so that we don't get inflicted with the burn from his skill. And obviously when we're burned, his Union Burst is going to be hitting us even harder. So now that he's in rage, we're going to be taking a lot more damage. I'm actually going to put this into 1 speed to slow it down when we get to the enrage mode, just to see that we're going to be taking a lot of damage. But New Year Yui is really going to be just keeping us up, as well as her nullifying with her Cheerful Bloom ability, nullifies some of his physical attack damage that we do end up taking, which is obviously going to help us out with his overall Union Burst damage. So once again, here is going to be another Union Burst from the boss. Thankfully, we don't have burn on, but as you can see, it hits you very, very hard. It hits very, very hard. All of our characters are pretty much half dead, which is why we have near Yui here, who is going to just completely heal us all the way back up to full, so that we're not getting inflicted with the burn. Because when your characters are below 50% HP, you'll be getting hit with burn from one of his skills. I think it's that one. It's one of the two. But you will get hit with burn, and you'll be taking a lot more damage, and you'll be ticking away, and it's not fun. So you don't want to deal with that. Which is why we want to bring near Yui to provide us with the shield so we can stop the burn and all that stuff and heal up relatively fast. So there we go. That is the Very Hard boss complete. As we keep getting more and more levels, Very Hard keeps getting less and less difficult, which in my opinion I find to be very cool. So now I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Metal Gotcha, because I know a lot of people are actually very curious about Valentine Eriko. Now, Valentine Eriko, if you guys don't know, is going to be a solid DPS. I wouldn't say she's good. I wouldn't say she's terrible. She's a average free-to-play 3-star character, in my opinion. I would not personally go out of my way to use her. She's kind of like Summer Mufuyu. You guys were around for Summer Mufuyu. I did make a video on her, showcasing her. She honestly wasn't that strong. She was just a solid DPS pick, but you're not going to be really using her. Even though she will be getting her unique equipment sometime later on in the future. When she does get it, she'll be solid at best, but I wouldn't say she's anywhere near close to meta-defining, and you're definitely not going to be using her over other characters like Kyori, Makoto, Christina, Risa, other DPS characters, Summer Tamaki, even Shiori. I think Shiori is way better than the brand new Valentine Eriko. And of course, Eriko herself, when she gets her unique equipment, is going to be the best physical attacker for an entire year. So Valentine Eriko, even though she is a solid free-to-play card, I definitely think she is not worth your time and effort to spend your resources and most importantly your stamina into. Because right now, as recording of this video, we have a few days left. We have the 3x rate ups for normal drops, and 3x normal drops is one of the best things that we've gotten in the entire year. One of the rarest things to get. Every time we get a 2x drop or a 3x drop, I always tell you guys to take advantage of it. So unfortunately, it's released at the time of the event, which means I know a lot of people will be conflicted as to whether to farm equipment up or to farm the event. And in my opinion, if the event character was good, like if Valentine Eriko was a meta-defining best, like insanely good Kyori level DPS, then I'd say probably wanted to prioritize the event. But since she's just kind of a throwaway free-to-play character for people that are newer to the game, and if you want to use her at the start of the game, she would be very solid. But obviously, as you get to the more end game and the more characters you collect, you're going to use the Valentine Eriko less and less, which is why most people are prioritizing farming the normal mode and using 90% of their stamina on the normal mode and just clearing the Very Hard boss at a bare minimum. So there we go. That's pretty much going to cover the Very Hard boss guide. Let me know if you guys are farming Valentine Eriko in the comment section down below. I know a lot of people out there actually enjoy Eriko as a character, which is absolutely amazing. If you think Eriko is the best waifu in Princess Kenai 3 Dive, by all means, go ahead and get your Valentine Eriko up to 5 stars. I did it with Near Ray in the last one. I got Near Ray up to 5 stars. I completely do not regret this because she is the best magic tank in the entire game. Plus she's got defensive shred and all that stuff, so she helps out your damage a lot. But she's definitely a character like her, a character like Summer Kokoro, and a character like Haru Miyako, who are all very, very solid, very good free-to-play cards at what their main role is to fulfill. For example, Summer Kokoro's main role is to be a single target healer as well as defensive shredder, which she completely fills that role amazingly on. Haru Miyako fills the role of being a backline sniper who targets a backline, inflicts curse, and basically bleeds the enemy to death and gets you the wins in some of the very, very powerful Tower of Luna stages. I use Haru Miyako a lot in Tower of Luna to take out some of the backline characters so that you can focus on the boss alone. So she's very, very valuable at what they do. But once again, the character like Summer Mufuyu, who I have down here, who I haven't touched in a long time, this character, she's still at level 105. She just isn't that good. She's just a solid DPS character who's just a free-to-play card, and the same thing goes for, unfortunately, Valentine Eriko. So there we go. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace out, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye, everyone.